Well, I'm going to talk about the tenants. You know, everyone is always, well, in real estate, but also in architecture, talking about the tenants, but who is actually, well, convinced them to go for sustainability? And that's, well, it's a difficult task. And we think we hold the keys. The tenants hold the keys. So we need to look at them a bit more closely, and we'll talk about some experiences in the Netherlands. This is what we get normally from the big investors or developers or anything, and they look at green buildings a bit more from their own perspective, and to have the greenest building and so on and so on. But if they actually, for example, develop a shopping mall, you always get the reaction, well, the tenant doesn't want it. He doesn't want to share his information. He doesn't want to go for benchmarking. It's too complex, etc., etc. I'm here to state that it is false. So I'll just give you 5 reasons why, probably. One is you haven't tried. Second, you talk energy and health. Or you're just incapable of explaining it. You haven't made it fun. And you still talk in the old basic contracts. And after that, so this is also the setup for the presentation, so that makes it easy. And then what's next? Well, we'll finish off with a proposal, what we can do together as the GBCs. So first, you haven't tried. Well, we have now the first experiences from shopping, big shopping centers, so the big developers, CBRE, Corio, Unibuy, and so on. They are really trying to convince the tenants. What they see is 80% does want to be involved in sustainability. And the problem is, and it's always been the focus, is that 20% who doesn't. So you always have some company who doesn't want to share their information and really retrofit the shops and everything. So. And the problem there is most likely you're not talking to the right people. You're not talking to the international CSR manager or CEO or something like that who has the power to change that. We even have now in the Netherlands all the central business districts, not all of them, but 4 of them in the big cities, Amsterdam, Rotterdam, The Hague. And we have them combined in green business clubs. And they are now convincing each other to go for green, to see what happens, how you can develop your area to become more sustainable. And they are all interested. It's not a thing they don't want to. You just have to show them the way. Another thing is, you probably talk energy or health. Well, as you all know, ecology or something like that is much more interesting to the end user. We have here the head office on the on the left of ABN AMRO. They have now a Falcon up there, and they have a webcam, and it's doing their marketing and really make the end user interested for sustainability. Or on the right, you have the Lidl. They go for a certification. They had a 4-star certificate. And at first, it was really difficult to convince them to go for a certification for the distribution center, and always talk about cost. It's a low-cost supermarket chain. And afterwards, when they got the certificate, they got the text on the lorries, "On our way to the most sustainable distribution center of the Netherlands." And that is tapping from marketing budget. So don't talk energy or don't talk health, you need to talk marketing. It's a different budget, and all those big companies are really interested in that. Third point, the reason why, you probably can't explain it. So you're not talking the right language. It's also a bit combination with the marketing issue. You have to show them what's the rest the performance of the competitors. Are you in the top 5 of Europe with your chain of supermarkets? Or are you as a bakery in a shopping center? Are you 20% better than the benchmark? So show them real figures and give them information, and you have a good competition. Now, because we have Lidl in the supermarket chain, Lidl, not Lidl, involved. Now you get Ahold involved. Then you got the other big ones also involved. If there's a natural competition in there, you can get a higher acceptance. Another one, you haven't made it fun. And that is what we are trying to do now, also as a GBC. It's, left, we have some of the certificates in the Netherlands. And what we do now, you have an online tool to compare your own ambitions on performance of a building and compare it to already certified buildings. So you select different buildings in the area maybe, and which have great performance, and you can compare it, make it fun, and play around with it. And even the owner of a shop wants to see how he performs against his next door neighbor. So make it interesting, make moving nice pictures, and everybody likes it. Okay, fifth reason. You still talk basic contracts. The main problem is if you, as maybe a owner of a supermarket, like a Corio, for example, if you talk directly to a big shop owner, like maybe, I don't know, Zara's or something like that, you have a one-way contract. It's mostly the old standard contracts based on the investor's interest. And you have to look at it from the different perspective. You have to look at it from the end user perspective, because there is a profit in there for both parties. So you need to get them to talk with them and make it and show them that it's not complex, and you can start really. Well, as we call it, light green, with light green leases, for example. Don't update it every 5 year or every 10 year. Just say, we're going to update it yearly, and we'll just start. We'll start with a meeting each year on how the building performs and what we can do. And maybe eventually, in 3 years, we're going to add extra, maybe even include financial aspects, or get, include retrofit options, and so on and so on. So start really, rock bottom, and then you go slowly include new aspects into the contract. We have an online tool for that as well. You just, it's called the Green Lease menu card, so you can select different options which you want to include in your contract, and you get a Word document out of it with all these things included, and you sign that. So this is what we found in the Netherlands. And what I think is the most important thing now. What can we do as GBCs worldwide? I think you all have much better ideas than we have already. So let's share those tips and tricks. What did you do to convince the end user, to convince the tenant to get involved into green building? And let's share that. And I think if what we've seen in the market, our market, with making it fun and with combining different concepts, I think the market will achieve till 80% of all the tenants. But let us, as green building councils, focus on that 20% that everyone is always complaining about. Those big chains that don't have, not a green building policy yet, and always, if you want to go for certification of the building, they always don't want to go for green, and they always give that as an example, and that's what makes it hard. So let's organize this. Let's make a list of the blocker, maybe the little, or the CNA, I don't know, whoever doesn't want this, just list them, and let's talk to them on a global level, and try to get that moving. And I would like to propose for that, because that is, if you can imagine these companies also going for green, you get really, it really accelerates, you know? If you have, I don't know, Shell has like a billion square meters of office space. If they go for green, you know, it will be amazing. The Ahold, the Zara's, everything, IKEA, how many square meters we get there? It's quite good. Even McDonald's, you know, they're not that green, but if they want it, they'll get it. Okay, thank you.